I try to create an experience for my customers and the customers that they bring back to me because they ultimately refer me to other people. So I invite you all down and spread the word. I'm a one-woman show right now, but I'm growing, and I hope to see you all soon.
It's an awesome store. It's really super cute. It's really nice.
Nice jewelry.
She has some wonderful jewelry. It's awesome. So it's like what, 3 to 4 doors down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right down there. And I'm open from Monday through Friday from 11 to 7 p.m. and on Saturdays from 11 to 6. Any questions?
Thanks, Trina. So next up we have the announcement. We have Dorothy Christos from Dare to Care. And she's going to come up and talk to us about what she does and hopefully what we can do for South Shore.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
My name is Dorothy Christos, and I am a North Sider. So I know you guys don't like North Siders and South Siders. This is a great group. I'm highly impressed. Let me tell you a little bit about myself so you can see why I'm experienced in Muppet Talk. Okay, I am an juvenile probation officer. Okay, so that's one plus. I am a game specialist. Trained and I do a lot of research. Graduated, got my master's at Chicago State. Go Chicago State. Okay. I am a specialist when I go to court for gangs, and I have to tell you, I'm not well liked any place I go because they call me a gang lover, and that's not what I am. I'm pro-child, and I think that's very important for people to know that these kids on our street are our kids. Okay, I don't care where you live in the city or the suburbs, these are our children, we created them and we're responsible for them. Okay, I have a problem when people say, those kids, they're our kids. It's my house, it'll never happen to me. A young man came up and said our son was killed. It could be my son just as easily. Okay, so I think that we need to work with all these kids. Okay, yes, there's some that are beyond our reach, and all we can do is pray for them, but we can't do anything else. I've been a foster parent for 50 gang members over the last 10 years. I don't go through DCFS, I go to community meetings and church meetings, and people don't want their children. And they say, take him, or they throw them to the streets. So I take African American kids and Latino kids from the ages of 14, and I can't get them out of my house, so I can't say 18, because at 30 they come back still. But I have 2 children. My daughter's a special ed teacher, works on the west side of Chicago, and she says to everybody, Mom, please don't tell people you're my mother, because people get mad at you because you stand up for kids' rights. And I do. I'm in court. I'm at the police department. I'm a thorn in the side of many people. But for my own community, and for the communities that I go out and work in, I'm a thorn for them too, because they don't like communities to be empowered. There's a problem with that. They don't want us to be educated, okay? And I do believe that these children are our children. I had a restaurant in Rogers Park for 20 years. It was worth $1 million. The gangs torched it down because of me getting kids out of gangs. And they were angry because I was hurting their drug trade. And I wouldn't go away. They were going to kill me. Okay, then come on, kill me. And I said, someone said, stand up to these kids. Right nose to nose, I was with these kids. And you know what? We're going to box, we're going to box. Now, I'm not really a strong person, but they don't like to be called on. They're really not as strong as people think. They're as strong as you let them be. Okay? And people need to realize that. Okay? After saying they're going to burn the restaurant down, sending me letters, death threats, ruining my car, I can write a book. They finally did the only thing they could. They torched the restaurant. Okay? Did I have insurance? Oh, God, they were embezzling within the insurance company. There was no insurance to pay me off. So I lost everything, but it's okay. Because you know what? It was meant to be. I'm a very deep, faithful woman, and my life was to take a different direction. What did I do? I went to the streets on the south side and found out who burnt me down. I got in a car blindfolded with a bunch of gangbangers to take me to a school that was closed, where they had their meeting, and I sat and confronted them. And you know what? They were the nicest kids I ever met. I saw a lot of good in them. So instead of going anti-gang, I went pro-child. So I was there, and I've done it. I'm telling you, the only way you can do anything in your community is to try to work with the kids no one wants. Okay? Because you can't do without them. They're here. I started a non-for-profit organization called Communities Dare to Care. What do? I do programs specifically for at-risk youth. Okay? And I hate to call them at-risk, but I hate to call them gangbangers too. But I do programs for kids the ages of 12. I try to cut it off at 18, but I can't get them out. I can't get them out of my programs. They like it. Okay? The rule is that they can come to the programs. I do it myself. Why? Because I have...
We can't hear you. There's competition.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be loud as I can. The reason that some programs don't work is people don't want to work with me because they're these kids. So I do a gym program where all kids are involved. And I get all types of gang members from all different factions that you don't like to put together. What do? I pat them down. You don't bring guns, you don't bring drugs. Does anybody want to do that? No, right? No one really wants to assume that responsibility. Do I have men there? No, because usually if they don't want to get involved, they don't want to do it. So I do it. But I get 50 guys in that gym sometimes, 60, 75. Do they want to conduct gang business? Yeah. Do they conduct gang business? No, because when they do it, I throw them out. And the last thing they want to do is not play basketball. Okay? Basketball, they're off the street for 6 hours. I buy pizza out of my pocket. Our group lives on $5,000 in donations. We have nothing. Does anybody want to give me money? No, because they're gang members. Why would Grant want to give me money for gang members? I want other kids. But those other kids are getting the help they need. I did a research project for the National Gang Crime Research Center. I'm here representing them. They're the specialists in gang research. I don't know how they let me become part of them because we're always boxing our heads together because they don't see my side. But I go to learn, okay? So I gave a question out there. Everybody has a PhD. I only have a master's. Okay, so I'm not educated enough, really. And so I wanted to know what one thing would keep a kid out of a gang. Stupid question. Had a fight to put it in. We hit 50 detention centers across the Midwest. And you know what the number one answer, 99.9% was? School. School. If they were able to go to school and finish. If they had a teacher that cared. If they wouldn't have thrown me out. If someone would have fought for my rights. If. And I know it's hard because gang members are trouble. But you know what? Kids in gangs join gangs for what? The structure. They want the structure they're not getting at home. If I can confront kids on the street and I see the drugs on them, I walk away with it. I got the drugs here. If my kids that I work with have a gun, I don't care if you get a violation, give me that gun. Or I'm not working with you. You know what? I get it. You know how many times I've been stopped by the police because I'm in a neighborhood I don't belong in because I'm white? So they pull me over, and it's 3 in the morning, and I have a gun under my seat with drugs. Okay? And you know they're going to pull me over, and then I'm going through an alley, trying to get to a main thoroughfare, to get the gun to some policeman that I can trust without giving information. Okay? But I can't say Joe Blow gave it to me, I can say I found it. Okay? But I get rid of it. Okay? But I get it. Why do I get it? Because I'm cute? No. Because I deal drugs? No. Because you know what? They know I care. I've been through the test, okay? I've been through the test, okay? Even as a juvenile probation officer, I was tough. When I went to court, the parents were there, the mom needed drug rehab. She got drug rehab whether she liked it or not because her son was in trouble and she needed to realize that she needed to be part of that little boy's life or little girl's life. So there's accountability, okay? So our group does various things. We develop a lot of programs. I'm getting too old to be able to do everything. We have a large group, all volunteers. I utilize the universities, which is a really good point for people. Okay, we're broken up into those that want. We have a horse program. I bought 4 horses. What do I know about horses? Not a thing. I'm afraid of them. Okay, can I afford them? No. But what do? I beg, and people do not like it when they say, "Oh, here, she wants something." And it's true. I want something for free. Okay. So what happens is we have 4 horses. And we take these kids that I work with, and they learn about the barn. They sweep it, they clean it. Before they can ride, they got to know about the horses. They have to know how to brush the horses. You know what? The best program ever. Okay? The best program ever. Boxing, I have not been able to find a place to go boxing. They love boxing. I'm not a boxer. If you're a boxer, start a program. If that's your passion, start the program. They love boxing.
See me after the meeting.
Yeah, they love boxing. You know what? I have contacts of people that run places on the west side. I don't want to get into boxing. Someone else handle that program for me. That's why it's really important to sign up for groups that you want to do, that you have a passion for. Mentoring. I got students from all the colleges around mentoring. When they're done with the program, they say, oh my God, these kids are just wonderful. And they are wonderful. Believe me, they're not all hardcore. Out of the 50 gang members that live with me over 10 years, 2 are in jail, 2 are in prison for murder, which I knew from the time I had them that they would end up there because I couldn't change it. I couldn't do it. The rule was, I'll take your kid. I won't touch your food stamps. I'll take full responsibility, just give me power of attorney. And parents, just gave me your kids. Can you imagine giving someone your child? And it came from meetings like this. Someone would approach me and say, I don't want my kid, can you do this? I did it. All the other 48 kids are success to me. They got their GEDs. That's a success. Because they only have a GED doesn't mean they're bad. They got their GED. They're holding jobs, maybe 2 or 3. But they're always looking for a job, whether it's a payday job or it's a job at a store that pays a minimum wage. They're trying to better themselves. I've gotten into vocational schools. There's a big vocational opening right now for iron workers. Anybody knows kids that need jobs? You got to pass a drug test. But there's 2 iron worker jobs, one for refrigeration and one for putting fences up. You know how much you get paid? $33.38 an hour. I wish I could take that job. And it's out there for kids that want it, that go sign up at the Union Hall.
So Dorothy, what do you think, I mean, so is that what you're suggesting for us to kind of take on, you know, sort of the products that you've taken on, or is there a way that we can kind of hook up with Dare to Care here in South Shore?
I'm happy to come, listen, I'm happy to come out here and you guys want to sit and talk with me, I'm available. Why? Because I want to come and help. I don't care where you guys are, I'm all over. Where do you work? I work in Rogers Park, I'm never in Rogers Park, I'm always every place else. In the suburbs, it's a different story. They're not, I get 3 people at a meeting. Okay? Here in the city, people have the passion because they love their city. Okay? If I have to take somebody on, I'll take them on. When I call CPD, let me tell you, they say it's that troublemaker from the north side again on the phone. What do? You know, I get whatever I want. Because they don't want me to busload people up. Because I started as a grassroots worker. I'm old now, I can't fight like I used to fight. So I pick my battles now. But you need to find things for these kids to do because they're not bad kids. I met with a person that we wanted to do Gangs Anonymous. Okay, that's never been done. It's done in prison. The program in prison. I'm a little nervous about it. Why? Because Gangs Anonymous is run by a gang member. Okay, I think peer people are good. Okay, but I got to make sure that the person that we pick is a non-gang member anymore. Otherwise, it's a place to have meetings and it's a place to do something. But if someone wants to come forward and I trust that person, because I got the gut, I'm telling you, you can't lie to me. If I trust that person and they want to do Gangs Anonymous, I'll set that up with somebody. And I think it's a great support group for kids in gangs to tell other kids how it is. And then out of that, I do parent groups for kids that are in, for parents of kids who are in gangs. What do we do? I don't have the answers, folks. I don't have them. But sitting and talking about it, you can get it. Okay? I mean, it's just, you can't just say, we'll patrol the streets, because let me tell you, and I'm not anti-police, get me, I'm not. I did that route and get my restaurant burned down, because I got into police corruption, and I got into a lot of stuff, and my eyes opened, because I realized that TV doesn't always tell the truth. Didn't know that 30 years ago. I thought they knew everything, okay? But I have learned the hard way, and let me tell you, having foster kids, I am a gang parent. Never done drugs. I did coke once. I'll tell you, you know why? Because one of my foster kids in his bedroom had white powder. I didn't want to, he was violating my rules, so instead of calling the police, I see that TV all the time and go, I'll try it, right? That's what I did. Then afterwards, I couldn't breathe, and my tongue swelled up, and I'm saying, oh my God, it's not baby powder. Okay? So yes, I tried coke once. And I called my doctor, and I said, I'm coke, and he said, what? And it's like, okay, there's consequences for their actions, and let me tell you, most of the kids that I work with, they have the utmost respect for me. And if something would happen to me, whether it's an ex-gang member, whether it's a gang member, whether it's the police department, whether it's the feds, anybody I've worked with have enough respect for me that they come out in numbers to help me. Only because I help everybody else. So that's the solution. The solution is not to put a Band-Aid on it, so it goes away today, and then the next day it comes back. How do we get rid of the problem? And it's by working with the kids, and unfortunately, the ones we can't say, we can't say. I mean, we just can't do it, and it's hard to say that. It's like a pedophile will tell you, I can't stop, okay? And they can't stop. And some gang members just can't stop gang banging, okay? But you gotta listen with your heart, because let me tell you, over the years, I've been played and played. So I'm strong now, I know. Can't play me anymore, but I've been played for hundreds of thousands of dollars helping kids out of trouble. So I've been there and done that, and I'm open to helping anybody create phone runs if they really need some help. And if you have questions, I'm going to stay until after the meeting. Okay. Thank you.
Interested in curating program, Dorothy's information, we have it. It'll be on the sign-up sheet. It'll be on the website. She's here after the meeting. She got brochures. There's a website. Like anything in the world, you got it. We have it. Billy's gonna go ahead and do a raffle.
Yeah, it's time for we've had some heavy discussion, and now it's time for some quality music in celebration. We have, right here I have, for our trivia winner, we have The Temptations, Best of the Temptations, Best of Lionel Richie, and Best of the, may she rest in peace, Donna Summer. And I will be keeping Lionel Richie if not claimed. But we will, let's ask, number one, we're going to have a quick question about the history of South Shore. What was the movie theater on
The Garden.
Not answered by hold on. What was the recently closed down movie theater that was up for a good while that had beautiful architecture? Okay, right there. Yes. Which one would you like? Oh, not a summer. There you go. Okay. And then here's another question. What is the name of the school on 73rd and Jeffrey, the elementary school? You win! Yes. Okay, which one would you like? Okay, Lionel is left. She works there. Okay. Yes. Okay, I've got something better after that, but we've got Lionel Richie as the last piece of real winnings. Okay, I've got another school's trivia. There's a school, an elementary school on 79th and Burnham. What is the name of that school? Bradwell.
No Bradwell.
And now we have a special. I just got word from Chef Sarah that we have. I'm very excited about this. The next raffle item is a free sandwich from Chef Sarah's. Everybody gasp right now. Take it hard. Okay. I've got one that I really like. What radio station in Chicago did Gene Phillips of Chef Sarah's?
13.
I need the call letters. I need the call letters. What's the last one that he worked at?
B103.
1390.
WNY.
B103.
No, I know which one. I haven't heard it yet. I haven't heard it.
106 Jam, Soul, 106.
BZ. Oh. Okay, I thought it was GCI, but that's fine. Oh, we'll give you this. Okay.
Don't mess with me.
Yes. Gene Phillips, everybody. And finally, just to let everyone know before we do our next, if we see this, Alderman Holmes has sponsored this awesome thing where for this week, starting today, everyone gets 10% off of everything they get at Chef Sarah's. And this includes other things, like come pick up a flyer if you want to. There's like 10 to 50% off Sullivan's Fashion. Your Fancy Unisex Hair Salon, 10% off. Random Glam, we just saw it, 10% off. So yes, come get these nice green cards. And then now we have some very wonderful, very generous police officers who have donated their time to talk to us about dealing with one second issue that we're talking about, which is dealing with problem businesses in the area. I went to a seminar that they were holding at the 3rd District office, and it was so informative that I was just like, we've got to get them in here. So that we're so excited to have them. So why don't you all, let's give them a hand.
Out of here by about 2:45. Well, 2:45 to leave. 2:30 we end, and about 15 minutes after that, we're just working and moving around.
And we've got some slam poets at the end. Some local slam poets. We want to stay.
And please stick around because we're going to hear some from the youth as well.
Hello everyone, I'm Officer Trapp from the 3rd District. I'm a business officer liaison, which is a part of the CAP's office.
I'm Officer Parlor.
Okay. She's also a business officer liaison. Pretty much we dress civilian, looking like regular people, going into the different businesses in the 3rd District, seeing if they're, what's going on. Checking licenses, making sure they're up to date with things, making sure one of the biggest things in the 3rd District is the businesses are going to Indiana, Missouri and selling those cigarettes for $7, $8 when it's like $11 here, right? Almost $12. So that's illegal. If you have a business in the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois, you need 2 stamps, an Illinois stamp, and except the business in Chicago, it needs a city of Chicago stamp. So they're kind of cutting corners and saving dollars that way. They also sell loose cigarettes, which they can't sell from the pack. Also, we do walk-ups, so sometimes you might see us on like major corners, 71st and Jeffrey or whatever, so don't say, we go up and we'll get the guys that say loose squares, because that's illegal. Or like the DVD players or, the DVD man. I know we all love the bootlegs, but that's also illegal. Sometimes they set up in the currency exchanges or in the businesses. So pretty much our job is to kind of keep those people out of the way because they're eyesores, and who knows, one loose cigarette can go to someone, snatching your cell phone or your purse or your wallet. So we're just trying to keep everything in the 3rd District looking nice and
Officer, I can't hear you, this competition.
Oh, okay. We're just pretty much making sure everything in the 3rd District, like the businesses, can be successful because there's no people loitering or doing illegal activity in front. So
that's awesome. And how many are there of you?
It's a team. We work in the afternoons, and it's us 2 and 3 other guys. They're in training in New Mexico, bound training. And then it's an evening team that works from 6 to like 2 in the morning, and that's about 3 guys?
It's 3 guys.
3 guys.
In the summertime, our hours are definitely going to change. We're going to work days sometimes. We're going to work nights. If you see a illegal social club, we deal with those aspects too. So just contact the 3rd District Police Station, the CAP's office.
What constitutes an illegal social club?
Okay, like for instance, if in the daytime right now you drive past and you see that this place over here is abandoned and not in use, and then at nighttime it's people coming in and out. They probably don't have a permit. They selling alcohol. A lot of illegal activity going on in there.
Legitimate social clubs have a membership roster, they have a charter, they have all of this information. So therefore, it's just they rent out a place, they throw a party, they sell alcohol without a license. So that, in fact, makes it illegal. So they can't do that. So we're going to end up going to a lot of those establishments this summer, closing them down.
And usually, if they have those parties,
Some people don't know what exactly illegal social club is.
No, but most legitimate social clubs have memberships, they have charters, they have rules, and they have regulations. And most social clubs, they cannot charge for alcohol. They can do a BYOB, but they cannot have a bartender selling liquor, nor can they charge for people to come in and out because you don't charge your members because they've already paid dues.
So do you guys work at all with the existing security here? Like we got security, like retired cops and all that stuff for the SSAs. Do you guys
Work with the
them?
SSA, and actually we have a meeting coming up with the SSA to deal with a lot of the 71st and 75th Street businesses.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a meeting with them next Wednesday.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. What time and place next Wednesday?
It's at SSA's office at 6 p.m.
Okay.
Any questions?
Yeah, those people that you catch selling cigarettes, you don't lock them up?
Yes.
And they have to get a bond to get out of the house?
They have to pay, depending on their activity, sometimes they are given an I bond, but depending if they're gang related, they may be forced to pay a cash bond, and then it goes to the court system. We just do our job, we lock them up, and then the court system decides how to handle it from there.
And if they're a repeat offender, like we lock them up on Monday, we see them out there on Thursday, then they're violating their bond, so they're gonna be in there for a while.
And we do grab them again the next day.
Also, the people drinking on a public way, public urination, all the eyesores that I'm like, are you really doing that in public? We're getting those. We're trying to.
Well, you know, they're smoking pot on the bus, right?
Yeah.
On the CTA buses?
We don't actually go on the buses,
Oh.
that side of it, but if they're at the bus stop doing it, yeah, we'll deal with it.
I have a question about the drinking. What's drinking, if they're in a fenced area, is that still drinking in public?
If it's on a private area?
Right.
Like it's an apartment complex, and they're,
If they're on the property of the apartment complex, then no, that's not considered drinking on the public way. If they're on the sidewalk, that's the public way. If they're right here, public way. But if they're inside their fence on their porch, that's their property.
And if they're standing in front of your building?
You're on the public way, because you're on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so how do we get in contact with you guys?
She had a question.
On behalf of Community Theater Care, I'm doing a 3-day gang conference downtown, and I will be offering to a scholarship for the 3-day conference, which is usually expensive. And McCarthy's part of it. He's coming.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you each an application because you're working so well with Exchange Ideas.
Okay.
And so if you would call me and make sure I get this, so they don't charge you money.
Okay. And then we're located in the CAPS office out of the 3rd District. That number is 312-747-7004. It's a CAPS number, but you just ask for any of the business offices. There, if you're calling on days, I'm Carla, you can ask for Officer Nicholson or Officer Buster. If you're calling after 6, you can ask for Officer Jones, Officer Davis, or Officer Blade.
Joan, you said Jones, Davis, and what else?
Blade, BLAYDES.
And also, just to let you know, like, this program comes out of Chicago. Like, it was born in Chicago, right? And it's just been a huge success in terms of the business liaisons. It's like a pilot.
Yeah, the 3rd District is a pilot program for the city, so hopefully they'll be launching more throughout the city.
In the 4th District, because I heard you mentioned 79, because we started 75th, I believe the 4th District is trying to start one up, and then the 6th District, which is basically a little west of you guys. But if you go into a business and they're selling cigarettes, a pack of cigarettes, pretty much for anything less than $10, they're probably counterfeit, meaning they don't have the proper tax system. Because as you know, the cigarette tax went up $1 March 1st, I believe, roundabout. If you see expired food, we go in and we deal with that. If you see unwholesome food, if the food it doesn't look right, we go in and we deal with that, and we'll write a citation for that. As far as anything with the business related, if it doesn't look right, you can call us and we have no problem checking it out.
And that's really important, you guys definitely call. We have those forms as well for the proper businesses. Remember, 3 forms gets them checked out, and in addition to what the business liaison is doing. Also, you have Chicago 311, Chicago Works app. So if you already know you don't like it, demand better. A lot of